Well, hello, Journey Makers. This is one of your two favorite 4-H leaders, Mrs. Forsyth, and I'm here to talk to you about record books. This is not something to be afraid of. This is an excellent thing to be doing for 4-H and an awesome skill to have for life. It's one of those things that you have to learn how to do even when life doesn't slow down enough for you to stop and put records together, you still should be putting records together. And so this is just kind of an example of that. We're all busy with lots of things, but we are going to take the time to do the right thing and make sure we have good records. And someday we're going to look back and be very, very glad we did this. Okay, so here I am with the newsletter that you get each month. Hopefully when you get that newsletter, you open it right up and pull your calendar out, and then you start reading through the little short articles that are on here about all the opportunities through 4-H, and you're just doing yourself a disservice if you don't read these. We do not meet often enough to make sure we conquer and cover all of this information, so it's important that you guys read this information. Also, your due dates and such are going to be in here. So, record books are due, okay? Your record books are going to be due August 30th by 4:30 p.m. And there's a little more specifics about that, but really what I need you to know is as soon as you can get those to Mrs. Meath next week, the better. I can't remember if she said maybe Thursday she was going to be able to collect them. I don't know if she's going to be this area. I can't remember. But anyway, if we get those to her, we're going to be in good shape. Now, what you're going to do is here is an example of record books, okay? This little sticker is going to be put on by Mrs. Meath when she takes them into the office, so you do not have to worry about that. All you need is a simple folder, okay? Now, you're going to have a folder for each item. You may be doing multiple books. So one book that everybody will be doing is called the Yearly Summary. That's basically a scrapbook of the year, your 4-H year. And then you will also be doing one book each for each type of project you did. So we're going to assume that Emma, she had her year. So she had a yearly summary like everyone will have. And then she had 2 projects at the fair. So she is going to complete a food and nutrition book and a visual arts book. Okay, notice they're 2 separate books. Okay, not every county does 2 separate books or does separate books for everything, but this county does. So we've got 3 total books that Emma would be doing. And I will show you the yearly summary first, since this is something everyone will do. Now, you may not have been a 4-H'er for the full year. You may have only participated in a few things, but what you did participate in, we find it valuable to keep records on, okay? Because it's more than you think, and it's really neat. No matter how much you participate in 4-H, it's worthwhile. So, here we go. Now, I want you to ignore this first sheet. This was extra. This was something we did on our own. What you need inside your yearly summary is the Youth and 4-H summary, okay? And I'm going to email you this. You only need 2 documents to do the entire year record book, okay? So one document here and one document for each project. They're the same document in each one of the project books, okay? So you're going to have 2 total. So the 4-H summary, Youth and 4-H summary. And then you can type it out. And what we did for Emma's was we typed it in green ink. No one said that was a negative thing when we got reviewed, so we may continue that. It just seems to make it stand out against the black, but whatever, probably more professional would be to do black. So it's up to you. You get to have some creative liberty with this. The first question it asks is offices held and committees on which you served. Okay, so she said, I participated in the county fair booth making, which was an unofficial committee. So you don't have to put anything there if you didn't do anything. Just be honest. But she did feel as though she participated in a bit of a committee, but it wasn't very official. So she mentioned that. And then here's all the things that you could, that she looked through her pictures and realized that she did that year in 4-H. And so it can be some things as simple as club meetings or working at the 4-H food stand or just having your projects judged. There's other things, we went on tours and we did parties and stuff like that. You can mention that in there. It adds up. So when you look through the pictures, you are going to see that you participated in a handful of things. This is a lot. If you have 1 thing on this list, if you have 2 things on this list, excellent. Proud of you. Then did you get recognition? Well, she took all of these projects to the fair, but I'm not showing you all those books. For simplification purposes, we're pretending she only did 2 projects, so I can show you. Anyway, just put what kind of ribbons you got, or did you participate in anything else at the fair, and what did you get for your ribbon? You should be very proud of any ribbon that you got. If you got a red ribbon, please mention it. If you got a white ribbon, please mention it. You should be proud of your hard work for all of those things. This is just a record. This is not you're not judged on anything about what ribbons you got, anything like that. Communication. So Emma talks about that she did a presentation at club, county, and state fair called T-shirt Tricks for Terrific Totes. Now this was her last year record book. And then she did weekly presentations at Classical Conversations too. So that's another way she practiced her communication skills throughout the year. And then at home and with your family, what are your chores and responsibilities? She wrote what she does at home. At school, okay, or you could say at CC or in your homeschool co-op, which organizations, what'd you do? Were you an officer? She says she's a chart champ at Classical Conversations for English grammar. Talk about what you do at school. And then in your community, what do you do? And it doesn't have to be related to 4-H. So she talked about filling boxes for Operation Christmas Child and going on a mission trip. Even if you have one little thing you can add there, that's wonderful. And then it says, write down or list your projects. So there you go. Other projects. Hey, she didn't have any other projects that she didn't take to fair. So there you go. Be honest on here. If you don't have anything to add, then you don't have to. Look at the back of the page. It says attach pictures or clippings if you'd like. And now that says it's an option, right? Add more pages if needed. Okay, so she felt like she would like to add some pages of pictures of things that she did. And there's their first meeting, parliamentary procedure game, and she just went on and on with all the pictures of the excellent things that she did in 4-H that year. And she just kept adding and adding, and all we did was took and put it on regular paper. We just kind of took those pictures, printed them out, all in kind of like along the side, and then she could write up her description of things along the side. You do not need to have as many as she does. If you have 2 pages of pictures, that can be excellent as long as you're keeping a record, and that is the important part. Okay, so that's Emma's. So that's all you need. I'm going to reiterate here. We need a book, blank on the front, with this in the middle. Okay, now we got fancy and we made a cover sheet because we find it fun to see a picture for every year, like a representative picture, and a nice cover sheet. Okay, and then over here we added tabs because this isn't her first year. Now, if this was her first year, she wouldn't need that tab there, right? But she happened to have the same thing from the year before. So she included her 2016 through 2017 year, and then she included her 2017 through 2018 year. And since these tabs are the kind that are easily removable, you just pull them right off of there and reapply them. She's going to shift these down and put in her 2018 through 2019 tab and add the current year. And we may also put in a cover sheet, but we may not. And so at the end of the year, she's going to get an evaluation form, and kind of there's the things that are the area of evaluation. The judge can make comments on that. Down here, you just want to make sure you can get a check mark in each of those boxes. Assembled in proper order, records neat and legible, records are securely fastened together, and previous records, photos, and clippings are included. So they want to see, they would love to see the photos and clippings and such. So if you don't have them this year, they're going to want to see you maybe growing in that next year. Okay, now we're going to pretend that Emma only took 2 project categories to fair. Now, I didn't say 2 projects, but 2 project categories. So she took visual arts and food and nutrition, for example. Now, in visual arts, I believe she took 2 projects, and in food and nutrition, only 1. So I'll show you here. Now, all you need for these is 1 folder per subject area or per project area. And then you'll open that up, and inside there should be something very familiar. Now ignore this cover sheet because that was above and beyond. That is not necessary, but it is okay to do. What you really need is the exhibit questions form. Now this should look familiar to you because you probably filled this out when you did your project for the fair and you attached it to your project. So you have the front filled out, but it said you didn't have to fill it out until after the fair on the fill out the back of this form and insert it in your project record binder after the fair. So there we go. There's the back page that she ended up filling out, okay? The back page includes questions about communications. Did you do a presentation on this or other types of communicating with your project? And she said she gave a presentation on how to make a bag out of a shirt. That doesn't relate to her food and nutrition, but she's telling the judge here that she did do a presentation. It just wasn't that. I believe the judge commented that the judge would like to see her do a presentation maybe in food and nutrition this year. You can mention that in your communications area, or you can just leave that blank and say non-applicable, and like we did for citizenship. Now it would have been cool if Emma had made fudge and given it to friends at the nursing home or neighbors or something, then she could have some comment to say about citizenship, ways that she impacted her community through her project. And then leadership, what'd she do? Oh, she taught her sisters how to conquer your fears in the kitchen and clean up after yourself. So she did do a little leadership with her project. Now, for the financial summary, you're always going to want to remember to include your entry fee of $1 per project. Remember, you had to pay that $1 to do your project. And then she got a $3 premium, meaning she got a blue ribbon and she got $3. If she had gotten a red, it would have been $2, and a white, it would have been $1. So you have to make sure you put your premium in there. So that is an income in your income column. And over here, these are your expenses. So she had ingredients, and we estimated, you don't have to have every receipt and get it to the tenth of the penny. She spent about $3.20 on her ingredients, she figured, and about $1 on her display. She had just a little paper plate, some ribbon, a baggie, and she made that nice little booklet. So spent about $1 on all of that, and her total expenses were about $5.20. She can see that her income was about $3. It cost her a couple bucks to do the whole thing, and then she talks about her recognition. She received a blue ribbon and she had fun. So reflection, they want to see, what did you think? Did you learn anything? And are you going to, how are you going to use this in the future? So she said she had fun making other types of fudge and helping her brother sell them at the farmer's market. She could even go on to say how she plans to use her skills in the kitchen in the future. I think that would have been a nice touch. And then she's got her picture over here. Now these are all completely optional, nothing major. Now this is the booklet that she did for the fair. Now she's reusing that in her record book. I don't know if she took the actual cover off and just stuck that in here, or if she printed another copy of it. There's the recipe. But any information you want to put about your project, you're welcome to put back here. Do not feel pressure to do a whole bunch. Mainly get this form filled out and get it in a book. And then you're going to continue to add to that every year. So she made a cute little cover page with her picture and her name on it. This is just above and beyond and not required. Here is the judge's form. Did she write a goal for the year and tell what they wanted to do? Okay. Did she tell us what she did this year and do a financial summary? And did she tell us what she learned? Those are 3 main requirements of the 4-H project book. And notice this is for awards. So if you're missing any of that, it's going to harm your ability to get an award, but it is not a big deal. Especially your first year, it's totally okay. These judges, look at how they're encouraging they are. They're just so friendly and kind, and they don't want to make you feel bad one bit. So this is not a stressful thing. This is just something to help you grow and become better, and you'll have cool opportunities to earn awards in the future. And even this year, I believe that there's like a first year project award and things like that. But I think you have to maybe read your newsletter about awards. There's interviews for awards. They're really cool, not unattainable. It's just a small county program, remember, and so all of this is completely attainable if you put your heart into it. So I'm excited for you all. So is her project records in neat and orderly fashion? gave an educational presentation. They get to mark that if you did. Try to give a presentation on food. So that's what they said, you know. Had communications experience in this project area. Nope, she did not. At school, church, anywhere. She could have tried a little harder in that area. Maybe next year she will. Did she have a leadership experience? Yes, she did. Did she have a citizenship? Nope, not this year. Did she attend a workshop or a training tour or training in this project area? That'd be something definitely worth mentioning if you happen to do anything like that. Even if it's I think she went to Orange Leaf that year. She could have talked about learning a little bit about food preparation and then she would have got an X in that category. Did she complete her project work for an exhibit at fair or at home? Yes, she did. Did she show growth in the project area? Well, yes, she did. And did she write a project summary or reflection, evaluate feelings about project work and future plans? They didn't give her an X for that. She could have done better there. Great photos, very interesting fudge recipe. Good job on your first year of food nutrition. Try to write more about what you did and learned during the year. Very good book. See how nice they are to you? So this is not anybody mean looking at it, but it is kind of fun to have someone to show your records to. Once you did a great job putting your book together, it's fun to show them. Okay, so she did that for her food and nutrition. Basically, again, fill out the form, put a picture or two with it, boom, done. Second one, this would be for her yearly summary. Oops, I'm sorry, nope, this would be for her visual arts. And in visual arts this year, this particular year of the book, she did 2 projects. So she did this little orange, she painted an orange, and she also, let's see here, she also did pour painting. So she's got her exhibit questions that she filled out for fair, and then she filled out the back sheet for her booklet here. She definitely got her entry fee and her premium on there. She got her expenses: paint, glue, top coat, miscellaneous supplies. Total expense was $6. Her income was $3, so it cost her about $3 to do it. Good to keep track of that kind of thing. And then it talked about her recognition and reflections, and then here's pictures of her learning how to do it. Pictures of her with her final project at fair. That's why we like to do those when we're in the 4-H building, trying to get pictures of them with the ribbon so we never forget how they did. And then here's the same thing. She even added a picture in here of her working on the project. And there she is with it and a special award. And then there's the back page that she had to do for this. And then boom, she's got her section done for this current year of 2017-2018, and then the year before that she actually did a visual arts project as well. I think she did a couple of those, and there's her goal sheet and some pictures behind that. So she's got 2 years in here. This year she's going to add on she did 2 more visual arts projects. So someday when somebody says, Emily or Emma, what did you do for visual arts? She can get out her book and show them exactly what she did, how much it cost, how much she learned, and how she grew through over the years in her ability with visual arts. So again, this is her sheet from her judge, and just tons of very, very good comments and check marks all the way down the left column. And I'm showing you that so you know kind of what they're going to be looking for, but don't feel like you have to impress too many people. All right, so if you took 2 project areas and participated in the club, this is what you're going to have. We're just going to reuse the same folders as we had last year. Eventually, we're probably going to need to add on, especially with the yearly summary. That's getting kind of thick to put in one little folder, so we might start using a binder. You can use whatever you feel is best for putting these together. So hopefully that helps you understand a little bit more about how to do the record books, the yearly summary. So really you need 2 forms, okay? The one you maybe already have, one per each project area. That goal sheet is what I call it, that you already filled out the front side. Now you just fill out the back side. If you lost that, if you don't have a copy of that, I'm going to send you that in an email, and you can just quick fill that out and put that in a folder, and then add a picture if you happen to have one. Then for the yearly summary, I'm going to send you that form. It's called the Youth and 4-H summary. Fill that out and put it in the folder. Add any pictures you'd like. If you are interested in pictures, go to the Facebook page and copy and paste them out of there. If you need help with that, let me know. There's a couple different ways to do it. All you have to do is get them on a blank sheet of paper, print them out, or if you put them in your email and print them out, or print your Facebook page out and then cut them out and paste them how you like them on the page or whatever, and then just write your little comments, or you could even type them and figure that all out and do it more beautiful than what we have here. But anyway, there's a whole bunch of pictures just recently posted on the Journey Makers 4-H Club page, Facebook page, and they are going to jog your memory of all the wonderful things we did for 4-H this year. So I am so proud of you guys for participating and doing all these wonderful things with 4-H. You're growing, you're learning, and accomplishing these record books. I know it seems like a hard thing to work into your life, but you'll be very grateful and happy that you did it. It's worthwhile, and just take a few minutes to do it. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It just has to be kind of done. So I'm just really proud of you, and I'm looking forward to all the fun we're going to have in 4-H this next year. Thank you for being awesome 4-H members. We'll see you later.